and welcome to the What the Fork Monarchs Friday Focus. Myself, Graham MUNCIE, joined by Dave Harley on a lovely windy evening here at Armadale as it blows in there, Dave, as we look back on a Kye Cup second leg victory for the Monarchs, 58-32. We are here from Kye Thomson from the Monarchs camp. We hear from George Congreve from the Diamonds, and as always, race of the night. Tonight, heat number 2 in an interesting reserve battle. So, Dave, what was said coming into tonight, the job was maybe done at Berwick last week. That isn't the case. It's only ever half time in any way, although the Monarchs were heavy favourites. Newcastle then further weekend, no guest was able to be put in place for Bradley Wilson-Dean. The Paul Stark pulling out late due to food poisoning meant William Lawson came in, and the writing was on the wall from the start. Monarchs started well. It was 11, I think there were 6 shared races in a row in the middle, and then the Monarchs pulled away at the end, and in the end, if my maths is right, that's a 34-point aggregate victory.
107.73 is what my maths made it. So
34, yeah.
34-point
aggregate victory for the Monarchs, and it's on to Glasgow in the next round. And like anything, Dave, when it's a cup match, it's all about putting your name in the hat. So from that point of view, it's job done.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's you never know what's going to happen on a Friday night. I mean, we see what happened to Newcastle with the rider replacement situation. When that's 2 Fridays in a row, they've got 1 point. Matthews 1 point in Heat 13 is the only point they've had from number 1 now. And not sure how Bradley Wilson-Dean would have went if he hadn't picked up an injury, but I'm sure even he would have scored more than that. And with Paul Stark missing as well, it's a real nightmare. No real chance to get a replacement. Willie Lawson's come in, tried his best and done alright, but as you say, for Monarchs, we did the hard work last week. We've come out tonight, we're maybe relaxed a bit in the middle there, but we'll finish strongly, and we'll finish the meeting really well. And as you say, the main thing is we're through to the next round of the Cup.
Yeah, you mentioned that ending, I think was it 4-5-1s, I've looked at my programme. Yep, 4-5-1s and a 4-2 in the last 5 heats. Really padded the score and led from the front again. I got pulled up during the week by a fan, I won't name their names here, but pulled up during the week by a fan that, last week obviously we had the interview with Josh 15. We never mentioned just how good Sam was last week, and again this week. That's 10 races now at Armadale this season, 10 wins or paid wins for Sam, and tonight that was never in danger. Absolutely led from the front for your number 1 and captain. Well backed up by Josh, another maximum by Josh there as well. And then at the bottom end as well, James Sarjeant. I spoke to him after the match and he said he thought that was as well as he's ever ridden Armadale. I'd agree with that. He was starting well in his races. In other races, he was coming from the back. He was determined. He was fast, and that was great to see, and giving you that real power punch at the bottom also.
Yeah, excellent to see James get that paid maximum, thoroughly deserved as well. I mean, he's famous, or maybe infamous, for his starting, but he showed from the back tonight in a couple of races, especially that Heat 2 that we'll see later on.
Yep.
It's really, really good racing, really determined, doing well, and Jacob Hook picking up a couple of good points, and that paid win as well. And Heat 14 was fantastic to see. Yeah, and your whoever it was is spot on. It's maybe easy to say, we're expecting it from Sam. Sometimes he looks like he's sat in an armchair as he's hugging the inside, watching Josh do all the hard work, flying round him. But it's just as important, and good solid points from them. Middle 2, Paco and Kye. Good points, but they both run the last as well. They'll be disappointed with that, but we've finished well. And Lassie's been out practicing the second half. I'm sure he'll take that on the chin and move forward to next week and hope for better things. Yep,
so solid performance throughout, as Dave said there, by the Monarchs. And after the match, he caught up with Kye Thomson.
Kye Thomson, Monarchs through at the second round of the Cup. Job done tonight?
Yeah, job done. The boys been the second time on the track now. Yeah, it's just totally different for us. We've gone a lot better, and we've started to know setups and stuff like that. So it was everything went a lot better for us, and on to the next round.
Yeah, and for yourself, some good points in there, a couple of good wins, but are we still in the middle, a bit of adventure for a change?
Yeah, a bit of a spill in the middle. Didn't get very much drive out of the gate 1. It was pretty hard, so and just they locked up, and I had nowhere to go, so just ended up doing a 360. But it was good to go out there and finish with a win. So
finishing out high with that Heat 14, and Monarchs finishing really strong. I think was it 5 wins to finish, or 4-5 wins to finish? That's exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah, mate. There was they didn't have the team they would have liked to bring, but yeah, they still put some fast laps out there and kept us honest. And but yeah, no, a lot of 5-1s. It was great night.
Yeah, but they still have Matthew and Max, the guys that got done a lot of laps around here. In fact, a lot more than you have, really. But for us, it's all about building the season and start to make this a fortress.
Yeah, that's right. And it was a good confidence booster for Jacob Hook tonight as we got a 5-1 in the last race. And yeah, we're only just going to get better and better. It's only the second meeting, so yeah, can't wait to see what's in store for us.
Excellent. Look forward to next week now.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be a packed crowd. It's going to be a lot of fury between the two teams, but no, we'll just stay cool, do our thing, and hopefully we come out on top.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Kye.
Kye there, probably his best meeting of the season so far starts-wise. Last weekend, the points were solid, but wasn't quite getting at the start. Some good starts tonight, and barring that one heat where he did a nice wee pirouette on the first bend, a solid night of work from Kye.
Definitely, I wrote in my notes Kye's first start of the season in Heat 3. It's good to see, because you've got to be there. It doesn't matter how good a rider you are or whatever. You're not going to be passing in every race. You need to be in the first starts. You need to be competitive there, and it's good to see them back there competitive and determined, and we're going to go for next week.
Yep, and the shock revelation there that we take notes. We do a bit of prep during the meeting for this. But we move over to the Newcastle side. We talked about, they didn't have their troubles to seek and putting the line up. But, I guess, okay, it's another big defeat on the road. I think it's maybe the first time they've got over 30 away. But some shoots of improvement there. Matthew and Max, you always expect them to be solid here. But young George Congreve at the bottom end was well in the thick of it. I mean, page 3 was his score, but we'll see Heat 2, he was right in there off the start. And even in Heat 14, where he has last, he's challenging at the start of that race as well. So, it's been a tough start to the season for the Diamonds, but Congreve definitely one worth persevering with. And there's shoots there, and you'd have to say, if you put a number 1 into that team that's scoring like a number 1, and I know they don't grow on trees and they're hard to find, Diamonds will be a tough nut to crack.
Yeah, they're determined. We saw in the middle of the match, they're not real winning races. I think Matthews won one race for them tonight, but they're getting those second and thirds, and they're trying their best. Lee Compline really, really trying hard. It's going to be trying hard around the outside some of these times, but look like he's on a bucking bulk at times, if I'm honest. But when Paul Stark's not here, and Bradley Wilson, Dean missing, it's really tough with your top 2 missing, and especially with rider replacement. They've tried hard, they've made it a credible score. They'll be maybe a little bit disappointed to let it get away from them, but for them it's about building for Sunday and trying to get back and get some home wins, I think, to start with for Newcastle, and hopefully get some better luck for the rest of the season.
Yep, that's it. You mentioned there, they'll move on to their home match on Sunday, but before that, back in the pits after the meeting, Dave got up with that man at reserve, George Congreve.
George Congreve, tough night for the Diamonds here. The first time at Armadale, what was your thoughts?
Yeah, awesome track. We all knew it was going to be tough against such a strong side like Edinburgh, but we gave it our all, and obviously it was tough. We've been a couple of riders down. We got Brad out with injury, and Starkey was sick tonight, so it was never going to be easy having 2 of our top boys out. So just got on with it and rode, and enjoyed coming here. It's all the tracks are new to me, so awesome place to come, great people, and looking forward to coming back.
Yeah, I mean, that's a learning experience for you this season, but it's Newcastle not really had their troubles to sneak, as you say. They're tough start to the season, and tonight with Paul pulling out late on, Willie's done his best, but you can't replace guys like that, especially around here. But you've done your best and held Monarchs quite well for most of the meeting.
Yeah, big ups to Matey for stepping in, so helps us out there, and it was always, as I said, it was going to be a tough meeting, but it's against such a good side like this. But everyone gave it 100% effort, and I actually thought the racing was pretty good. There was, especially in Heat 15, there was some good close racing, and throughout the night there was some good battles. So cheers for putting on a good track, and look forward to the next meeting on Sunday. And
you picked up a couple of good points as well on the road, so that's step forward for yourself, and as you say, go to Sunday and try and build from there.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of room for improvement. Obviously, it would have been nice to score a few more, but happy to get a couple where I did, and it's not easy. You got to make the start, and just trying to find the right setup around here. It's especially not coming to the place before. You can sort of take a basis off everyone else, but until you've been out on the track, you don't really know what to run. But yeah, no, it was a good night all round. So onwards and upwards, and yeah, we'll have another crack on Sunday.
Thanks very much, George, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks.
Yeah, another good talker there, George. Well, seemed to have his head switched on and look to be moving the right way, so we wish him well for the rest of the season, Dave.
Yeah, definitely, and he's obviously determined to say nice things about Edinburgh as well, so that's always nice to hear people enjoying coming here and enjoying the track. Picked up a couple of points, and yeah, good luck to the lad.
Yep, and as always, Dave, we finish up with Heat of the Night. We've spoke to one of the contestants in it, George Congreve. That was Heat number 2. We'll see that now.
In Heat 2 we have Jacob Hook coming from Gate 1. Not a lot of points last weekend, but some nice steady riding. Very happy with what he did. Yeah. Gate 2 will be Lee Complin, and it's very interesting to see how he's going to go. Used to be such a thrilling rider. Hasn't been here for a few years. Never an Armadale specialist, I wouldn't say, but some great action from him sometimes. Gate 3 will be James Sarjeant in the blue helmet, and on the outside the rather inexperienced young New Zealander George Congreve. We've got the window of the commentary box blowing shut every now and then, so hopefully we'll be able to see this race from here. You can certainly see it on the screen, there's no danger with that. Away well. Jacob Hook's got into second, and Jacob Hook up alongside Complin and gone to the front. Terrific move there. He's gone a bit wide, and that's allowed Complin to come back, and James Sargent's come through into second. Interesting action on that opening lap. Complin never afraid to wind on the throttle. I noticed he's using Nathan Greaves' old bikes. Here comes James Sarjeant. Oh, what a burst by James. Gone flying inside him there at the top end. Complin again trying the cut back that he did before, but he can't get back to the front there. So very good ride from James Sarjeant. Hook still looking at the possibility of second, and he's only a length or so behind as they cross the line.
Interesting race in front and back there. Of course, the camera can only stay on one, but the battle at the back was as interesting as on the front. And an excellent ride by James Sarjeant. That started him off on his maximum, and bigger things to come next week. Next weekend it's home and away against Glasgow. But yeah, it's good to get that confidence boost for some of the guys. 58 points on the board, a nice wee payday for most of the team as well. And now we move on to next week.
Yeah, excellent. And as you said, paid maximum for James is brilliant. And Heat 2, really good sim. I think he was last coming out the first bend, and Jacobs made another crack in first and second bend to get in the lead and help James get through, and eventually James come through and won the race really well. So that's good, and Jacob battling hard. But tonight, as you say, all about getting through the next round of the Cup, building that bit of a track advantage. We've got the big one next week. We'll loads to talk about on Monday, although you're obviously away. Yep. Didn't quite plan your holidays right this year, Graham, but yeah, no, it's another good night Armadale for us tonight.
Yep, as Dave got the spoiler out there, we'll be back. I say we. The focus will be back next week with Dave and a guest, and before that the preview show will hit social media and YouTube on Wednesday night. Again, Dave and a soon-to-be named guest. It won't be rider replacement, there will be a guest announced at some point in there. Until then, thanks very much for joining us, and goodbye.
Good night.